Welcome to Windy Indie, the show where we talk with Chicago's independent filmmakers and explore the world of indie filmmaking. Today's guest is James Choi, a Chicago independent producer and director. His films include Made in China, With Love from Bangkok, Heartless, and Faith in Destiny. Thanks for joining us today, James.
Thanks for having me, Sarah.
So what was it that made you decide to become a filmmaker?
You know, it was just an idealistic thing. I was a political science major, didn't go to film school, and just thought, you know, like most, or maybe not, but you know, I was just an idealistic young kid who was like, I want to make a change. I want to do something that matters and leave a legacy. And so politics seemed like the obvious sort of route. So I was a political science major, spent time in DC, but then, you know, that's just, as you get older, you realize what that's all about. And so I jumped into an industry that was even more idealistic.
What inspires you in terms of your storytelling and your own directing style?
You know, just because I've been into this, the independent scene's been really interesting. It's so different from the studio system. And so what inspires me are directors that are being independent and having shot something very sort of small. You know, the key, I think, is just being able to utilize the technology and what you have. So the directors that inspire me are the people who tend to do like longer shots, let the performance sort of be, sort of live on its own. So people like Kai Wong, Steve McQueen, I think is awesome. You know, P.T. Anderson. I just think that there's a certain sort of hybrid that's happening of trying to create authentic performances by providing these sort of hybrid, improv, scripted sort of films, and I think that calls for longer shots, but it's so adaptive for independent filmmaking for numerous technical reasons. So those sort of films totally inspire me lately, especially lately.
I'm interested in your experience in working on Faith in Destiny. I understand that you used a very small crew for that feature.
Yeah, so the crew on that was just me and then a sound guy. So it was really small. So I've worked on films that had a crew of like 15. I've worked on a crew that had like 50. And then this one, it was just me and a sound guy. And it was really more, I was so inspired by these directors that were doing these really interesting stuff where you're watching it and aesthetically, it's so simple. You feel like, I don't need 40 people to set this up, or I don't need, you know, whatever, all this sort of equipment to set this up. Like I felt like I could do that aesthetically. So I just wanted to see what was possible, and so I just went off with the sound guy and rolled camera.
You just did it.
Yeah.
That's great. What projects are you currently working on?
I'm working on an interesting project. My first film, Made in China, it's going to be her follow-up. So that Made in China was her first film. She won South by Southwest. That's on got distributed by IFC, and she had a baby right after that. So kind of took 2 years off. Was sort of completely out of the business, just saying she wanted to, you know, be a parent for the early part of this child's life. But she's sort of ready to get back into it. We're hoping to shoot in May. It'll be a bigger film, you know, somewhere under $1 million. But it's a really great, it's about over-the-hill Texas auto show bikini models. So, but a dark comedy, such a smart writer. So I'll be producing that in May. And we're just diving into pre-po on that and starting to hire some key staff for that, key crew.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's take a look at the trailer for Faith in Destiny.
Dream, 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 dream.
What's the worst that could happen, right?
Famous last words.
Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny.
You do this, you can keep the money. And I forget we ever met. Getting away with it is the easy part.
This is not a dream.